Jared Polin, Fro Knows Photo.com, here with another Flickr photo of the week. Yes, I take these from the Flickr Photo Group, and then I call you on the Skype, and we talk about the photo, and we can rip it apart if we really want to, or what I really like about it, and then the things we can do to make it a little better. So I have Brett here on the line.
Yes, hi, Brett. Everyone. How's it going?
Brett, you're from California.
Sunny California, that's right.
Home of what, Governor?
Sadly, yeah.
We won't get into that, but
No.
so we have this photo where there's a guy with his shirt open, and something is something in his hands?
No, nothing is in his hands.
All right, tell me what's going on in this photo.
Well, basically, my buddy and I had this idea for a shot, and this was kind of it. We just wanted to show like these two people that, I don't know, they were just they look kind of mysterious, they look weird, they look like they're up to something no good, and we wanted to have like these couple people passed out around them, and we wanted to be kind of like a 50s vibe, because as you can tell, like the pictures in the background are like from like the 50s and stuff, so we wanted to be just like that.
And the Chuck Taylors?
Yeah, and the Chuck Taylors. So.
Yeah, you know.
Which got cut off, so.
Yeah, you cut his toe off. I'm really upset about that. And you cut off the bottom of his robe. I'm a little upset about that, too.
Yeah.
And I have a question about the angle.
Okay.
Any reason you weren't straight on?
Just, I didn't really have a whole lot of time, and that was the shot that came out the best, and yeah.
All right, well, how'd you light it, if at all?
It was one single light. We lit it with a thing called a soft lighter with an alien bee attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. There it is.
One light up top.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple lighting. We had a smoke machine. That was about it. So
you had a smoke machine, yeah. They either work or don't. That's the thing about smoke machines. It's just like sometimes they work well, and then other times it's like psh, crap.
Yeah, and in this shot, you know, I thought that it worked out pretty well.
So you have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 passed out people?
Yeah, we have one guy. You see his head. Then you see like a guy behind him laying on the couch. A guy passed out, just kind of doing his own thing, and then you got the guy that looks dead on the floor. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's what you were going for, just like that.
Yeah. I mean, what we were trying to do is we were trying to tell a story through the picture rather than just like just an image. We were just trying to, like I said, tell a story.
Well, that's good. Yeah, and you definitely are creating interest, trying to figure out what's going. You know, for the viewer to try to figure out what's going on here. There's definitely a lot to think about. Like, what is the paper that's opened on the art table? It looks like an art table.
Yeah, it was actually, the house is owned by an architect.
Okay.
So that was his house, and he actually designed the house. So.
All right, so it's like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, pretty much.
So why don't we talk about the camera, the settings, and equipment?
All right, well, first to start off, it was with the D700. I gotta love that full-frame sensor. It's the Sigma 14mm prime. I shot it at f5 because it's not the sharpest wide open, and I'm sure people know that. And it was shot at ISO 100 with the soft lighter. So. Yep.
Well, that works. And how did you end up metering for that? Did you have a light meter, or did you just
No, we didn't. Yeah, we just kind of guessed, and that just happened to work.
Yeah.
So.
Whatever works, works.
Yeah, well, the thing with the light meters are, like, if I have, like, a single subject, then I can use a light meter. But with, like, multiple subjects, it's hard for me to do it, especially with a person really close to the camera and people far away, so...
I think I need to explain light meters for people who have never used light meters, right?
Yeah, probably.
All right, so when you're in the studio environment, you have to meter the light to get your settings. So back in the day, they used to use Polaroids as samples. You know, you would take your light meter, you would get a reading, you hold it in front of the subject, you hold it to the top of the frame, the bottom of the frame, the left, the right. Basically, you trigger off the strobe. The light meter then says f5.6. You enter your ISO, then it's going to tell you your aperture. Shutter speed doesn't matter as long as it's under 2/50th of a second. Whatever the sync speed is, you usually keep it lower. And you have your meter reading. So that's where you would set your camera. And then you would take a Polaroid, because you don't want to take a whole roll of film and then get it back and go, oh, my settings were wrong. So you would take a Polaroid and go, okay, that looks good. And that's kind of like why you shoot digital now. And then you really technically don't need a light meter, because you can tweak or shoot right to the computer and make your changes from there. Yeah, that's the short of it for light meters.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, back then it was ASA, though. So,
well, see, that was dumb Americans.
yeah.
Again, when I learned about that, it's the same old bullshit that the us, well, the people before us, we couldn't have meters. Why couldn't we learn meters? Why do we have to be inches? Why do we have to be different than everybody else?
Yeah.
Just to be different. So
Exactly.
we had ASA, but obviously ISO won. Just different names. Nobody really cares. They meant the same exact thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. What a good rant that was.
Yeah.
So, no, I like what's going on here. I like that, you tried something much different. Do you do this full time, or what do you do? School?
Well, yeah, I go to school at UCLA, and I run track and field for them as well. So I'm kind of a busy guy, but I try to shoot as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm trying to find internships out here and stuff, because I would like to get into this as a professional career.
Which angle? You like more of portraits, setup shots?
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of like commercial shots,
Okay.
because I like multiple lighting. I like that style of photography, and yeah, I mean that's like the whole thing with commercial is telling a story behind a single image.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm trying to do.
Yep, that's exactly what you're doing here. I mean, I would have liked to have seen why they were passed out. Did you think about that? Bottles of Jack. I know it's cliche, but
Yeah, I know, but
needles sticking out, somebody with a penis drawn on their face.
Yeah, those are the type of things that you walk away from a shoot and go, damn it, I probably should have done that.
So you thought of the penis on the face a little after.
Oh yeah, of course I did.
There you go.
So, I mean, I'm sure it's the same way with you. I mean, you walk out of a shoot and go, yes, I should have done that every single time.
Yeah, it sucks. But it is what it is. You get what you get, and you're happy with it. At least you should be happy with it.
Exactly.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, I just like setup stuff. I mean, I'm not a big fan of setup shots. It's not my personal thing, but it just shows you that you can. It's not the hardest thing in the world. You play with your lights. I mean, lighting comes down to just moving them around, experimenting, seeing what works for you. I mean, in this case, it's one light, and it did give it a very trippy vibe, but an old trippy vibe, not like a trippy type vibe that these guys are tripping on anyway. But yeah, that made sense, right?
Not really, but
No?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, somebody maybe will understand that. Okay, I'm not tripping, but what I'm saying is it gives it that old world look that you were looking for. And by old world, we're talking 1950 something, even though it's like 1980s paneling on the wall. No, it's 1970s paneling, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, what works for one shot doesn't work for another shot, and this just happened to work for this shot, so.
You definitely created a cool vibe here.
Well, thank you.
I likes it. That's why it's a Flickr Photo of the Week.
Yeah.
You have anything else you want to add to this, or any questions you want to ask?
Well, I mean, what would you have changed about the photo?
Well, what I would have done if I was framing this, I'm a big fan of lines, straight lines being even.
Okay, yeah.
I would have swung around a little bit to the right. I would have lined myself up with that carpet better, so that the walls and the back end look straighter.
Yeah.
Because you either go fully to the angle to the left, or then come back to the middle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could have gone to the other angle, like off to where the girl is looking.
Yeah.
And shot it so that the carpet, you're right in the corner of the carpet, the drop thingy thing. You know what I'm saying? So then you would have had that angle you could have tried, and then the straight on angle.
No, yeah, I totally agree with you.
And don't cut off feet.
No, I know.
No cutting off toes, and no and cutting off just his jacket. Those are little things. They're not major deal breakers.
No.
They're just
No.
it just pains me a little bit that the lines aren't straight.
Yeah, and you know that just comes with experience and like walking out of a shoot and going, "Damn it, I probably should have done that."
But that's the whole point of shooting. You learn, and then you don't mess
Exactly.
up. It's like the time I shot without a roll of film in my camera. Do you think I ever did that again?
Probably not.
Probably not. So, but at least that was well in the beginning. I was probably about 14 at the time, so that wasn't bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then with this, like I added like the cinematic strips on it, and so I thought like,
Yeah, it's still full frame, and that just boxed it in.
yeah, I thought that it gave it kind of a neat little vibe. So
Yep. Well, I think you did a very nice job.
thank you.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much. All right, Jared Poland, reminding you before I get into my ending, get your photos into the Flickr Photo Group. Join it, join the forum, join the conversation, because over there you can, if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you can just put your photos up there for people to critique. So it's always good to hear what other people have to say, and we give a lot of positive critiques with a lot of positive reinforcement on, you know, ways to take the picture to the next step, next level. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you again for submitting your photo.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you for having me on.
No problem. Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.